A new sport is setting the world on fire.
It's like seeing the 7 wonders of the world.
The competition is heating up.
Whenever a game is ready to be competitive, then people will call it an esport.
The players skilled and armed with the most stable hardware are ready to rumble.
游戏很多种类嘛，每一个的热键都是不一样的。
Ushering in a new era of competitive sports.
Esports is really something for everyone.
eSports, the rise of the new king. Premieres 23rd June on Discovery Channel.
Forbes calls it the new college football.
This is the business of winning. You need to be on top of your game.
This is competitive video gaming, known as eSports. It is predicted to become the biggest spectator sport, surpassing even American football by 2025.
We want to celebrate this sport and make it the largest sport in the world.
You have to see it to believe it. It's like seeing the 7 wonders of the world.
This is the story of the Kingmakers. Fall 2018. Inside the Barclays Center in downtown Brooklyn, the preparations for one of the biggest tournaments in eSports, ESL One New York, are in high gear. Nearly 2 decades on, organizers like ESL have taken eSports from dorm rooms to some of the biggest stadiums in the world and propelled professional gamers to rock star status. In a couple of days, several of the world's best players will compete for the championship title before thousands of cheering fans. 2 tournaments will be played. The first, the Elite ESL One, at which first-tier teams will vie for the #1 spot. The second, MGA, short for the MSI Gaming Arena, whose players were chosen through a summer-long open online qualifier.
Always been considered one of the best snipers or AWP players in North America.
I played for the national Spanish team with only 12 years old.
I never thought about to become a pro. In our country, it's really crazy, but now it's happened.
I'm from Vienna, Austria.
I'm from Georgia. I'm from Long Island.
Esports have the fastest growing fan base of all sports, and these fans are the lifeline of the fledgling industry. Day 1 of the MGA tournament. 4 teams from the open qualifiers will fight through the quarterfinals for their chance at the finals. Behind closed doors, the battles of the MGA semifinal are heating up. It's time for the teams to step up their game.
Counter-Strike's a 5 versus 5 game, and pretty much people have assigned roles. My role is to use the sniper rifle, which is called the AWP.
Only the best 2 teams are given the opportunity to compete on the big stage. For half of the players, that means they will pack up and go home tonight. The Spanish team, Movie Star Riders, is the first to be eliminated after 2 losses, while Shazam and his teammates at Complexity Gaming are the first to enter the final after 2 wins. Tonight, both teams go to bed with a dream almost realized, though only one will wake to be the winner. In the brave new world of eSports, it's not only the players who are young. The entire business model is still in its infancy.
So I was about 18 and I wanted to send my team over to America to play in a tournament and ended up having to sell my car and fund my team.
It was the early days of eSports. Finding people who believed in his vision was a challenge. Finally, endemic sponsors saw the potential and got on board. One of his first sponsorships came from the computer manufacturer MSI. And MSI is not alone. Computer hardware manufacturers have seen an industry-wide revival because of eSports.
We also collect a lot of feedback from our end users.
And the #1 priority of any serious gamer?
Cooling. 散热系统，温度低 preventing overheating.
If a component overheats, it may slow down or even shut down to prevent further damage to the part and cause the device to crash.
We don't have much space to put the fans on our motherboard. So that's why we have 2 passive thermal solutions.
Wong and his team are always on the lookout for the latest thermal technology. Their newfound cooling material came from a group of stargazers, NASA. When the heated side goes over 125 degrees Celsius, the other side covered in paint remains a cool 30 degrees. The task of creating the most cutting-edge hardware falls on manufacturers like MSI.
游戏很多种类嘛，每一个的热键都是不一样的。我们有一个英文叫做 Dragon Center， 按了那个按钮以后，一打开，它看到你的 CPU、GPU、键盘的灯光控制等等，这些玩家需求的综合体，才足以被称为电竞笔电。
The first half of the 2018 MGA final has ended with Avangard leading the winning rounds. The two teams will switch offense and defense sides when the second half begins. The MGA Grand Final has entered the second half. In the best of one match, Shazam and his teammates in Complexity can't afford any missteps after losing their first half of the match.
So good from Finch.
Our captain, he did a lot of good calls. He said, guys, we need to win this.
The MSI MGA Finals, it's a banger.
I don't know, we finally got some few days for chills.
I'll keep playing as much as I feel like I can keep up, and I love doing it. Someday, I think I'd love to just apply the skills and knowledge I have to continue working in the industry I love.
Back at the Barclay, the grand final of the 2018 ESL One is coming to an end.
I captured one of the most famous moments of the whole entire tournament.
Perhaps that is why eSports are taking over the crown of the biggest sport, because everyone in the community can be part of the narrative.
I just want to work for that stage one day. I just want to be a part of it somehow.
To me, it doesn't feel like work. It just feels like I'm having fun and creating a new type of entertainment, a global entertainment platform.
Going from subculture to building an empire, for the new king of sports, the story has just begun.